Good evening, folks. Red County Blue Nation, Westcliff, Colorado, great states of Americans, Stephen Rourke, Mike Boring, James McMahon. Jimmy, how are you this evening, buddy?
We're doing good, getting some rain. Had a little tornado today. Got the roof on, got some stuff done. So, a lot of rain out where I was at, down in the wets.
Man, I just can't seem to. I guess I ain't living right or something. It just won't rain on me. As far as I could tell, the whole north end didn't get anything.
No, I don't think it did. It came. Yeah, it came out of the east and the south, I guess, or something like that.
There was a pretty serious storm went through Pueblo last night. It flooded a bunch of people's houses, and hell, I heard that it's talking about the water was a foot deep on Thatcher Avenue.
Boy, that's getting after it.
Yeah, I mean that's made a mess.
And one of the good things out there, the soil was already somewhat damp,
So it could kind of soak in.
so it soaked in. Yeah, it didn't really. If it had been dry, it'd have been flooding. There'd have been trouble. I don't know how much it rained, but it rained an hour and a half, just steady. Thunder and lightning, checking it out. A little bit of hail.
Good,
Yeah.
good, man. That's
And yourself, what's going on?
well, a lot.
Big list.
Yeah, did you see that earthquake off the coast of Russia?
Yeah, caused a tsunami.
Yeah, that's like the 7th largest earthquake ever.
8.7 or 8, huh?
Yeah, big son of a gun.
Yeah, that's huge.
I was trying to look and see if there was any great big tsunami waves, but from what I seen, they said they were thinking 50 footers, but they ain't none of them that big. From what I seen earlier, I haven't checked in the last few hours, but
I heard 7 foot in Hawaii.
yeah, so shit, 7 foot, that ain't nothing like a 50 footer.
No. No.
So I don't know if 7 foot did that make it sound like it tore something up?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're right in that area, if it hit, I imagine it would do something. 7 foot if you're right on the coast. I mean, if you're right there at sea level, 7 foot's 7 foot.
Yeah, because I don't know what would be standard, like 3-4 foot. With
Yeah,
the
they
surf
were.
and stuff.
I watched something earlier this morning. It was Monterey was going to get maybe a foot, and then all the way up to Washington. I think they were going to get like 3. They were going to get a little heavier. The further north it went, got a little taller, and then the further south it went, it got shorter. Down by LA and whatnot. So, but yeah, I don't think. I mean, that could have been very devastating to a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I mean that it would have been like that one that happened, whatever that was down there in Indonesia. Whatever.
Oh.
I mean that ripped them people to shreds.
Yeah.
I mean I hate to wish that upon anybody or whatever, but I do find it really fascinating to watch them. I mean that
ocean is a powerful.
It's crazy to watch it. I mean when it gets to rolling in, it's just like wet concrete with
man.
cars and buildings and
She's rolling.
everything.
Most powerful thing on the planet. It's good old water. Yeah, but hopefully everybody, did okay on it. You know?
Yeah, from what I've seen, I really don't think that it made the waves that maybe it could have.
No. Well, I think it had a lot of room to kind of maybe get down in the depths or something. Maybe it just didn't all just.
Well, and maybe it's a little bit kind of remote area too, huh?
And I guess it depends on how the energy was displaced too. But yeah, I don't know. It's that's one thing we don't have to worry about up here.
Well, if we got to worry about it up here, we've got a pretty big problem.
We're trouble. We're in trouble. But yeah, I mean, we get floods up here though. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I've seen that old valley floor just running hard.
I've seen pictures. There's pictures, old time pictures of water would be from the bluff here at Grape Creek all the way to the Red Barns.
Yeah,
That's
miles.
a lot of water.
I know Grape there at Matt's. It went from, I don't know. It's probably what 100 foot across some places, maybe. Hell, it had to have been a half a mile, maybe a mile. I don't know. It just depended on where it was at. But I know the cattle were out there on an island going, dang.
Yeah, the most I seen it one time out to Dr. Boyer's, and of course that would be east of Grape Creek before it ever joins Grape Creek. But man, that's a pretty big, deep channel out there, and I've seen that half a mile wide out there too.
Boy, that's a lot of water.
Only one time, I'm like, damn.
That's real.
Yeah, a guy just never knows when. Don't last long, and it.
Well, 2 years ago, Mission Wolf got flooded out really bad. Mike got flooded out real bad out there in the wets. They got like 2 inches in 4 hours or something. But the ground wasn't ready for it.
Well, that's a big thing. If it's dry,
It just goes right off the top.
yeah, it's got to be
primed.
primed. Yeah,
Got to be wet enough to take it.
the
So
magnetic propulsion or repulsion or whatever of that dry soil. It's like adding milk to flour, right? It just don't soak up till you got to get a chance for it to soak up.
yeah, there ain't no doubt about it.
But no, down where I've been doing my projects down there east of the reservoir, or excuse me, west of the reservoir, west, it never rained any. And there in Pueblo almost washed them away. Literally 15 miles or something. So yeah, I guess it just depends on where you're at.
Absolutely. We got a little bit of rain at my house, but not. I mean, I kicked the soil and it was down pretty deep, a couple inches anyways.
I was just there where I was digging that with a little bit with the backhoe, and it's along the house, so there's no runoff with the roof. Dude, it's powder dry all the way down, 3 foot down, just
Man,
powder dry.
yeah.
The grass is green, but that's it. I mean, it's dry.
I know we had a lot of dew this morning on the little bit of grass we got. Bunch of dew. It was heavy dew. That was good to see. That's got to help.
Well, my granddad, he always said down back there in western Kansas, you can raise more and with 2 dews and a shower than you can up here with irrigating water.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, because of the humidity.
But yeah, we went to our good friend and partner John Campbell got inducted into the Cattle Sales Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's awesome. Boy, that's huge.
So we went down there, and he's
Where did you go now?
Dodge City.
Dodge City?
Yeah, and then so we went to that ceremony, and that was cool. And then the next day they had what they called King of the Ring. So it would have been a nationwide cattle auctioneering competition.
Oh, wow.
So there was 8 different auctioneers from all over the U.S. Now, who give me 2 now, 2 now, 3 now, 3 now, ding, ding, ding.
Sold them. Sold them. Number 5. Put them on 6.
Oh, 1,000-pound steers bringing $3,100, man.
That's $3.10 a pound.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I bought something. Some farm report. Heifer's $5,000 a head. So they're trying to rebuild. Sounds like they're trying to get the factory back. So then bred heifers are, that's a nice new factory. Bred heifer, first calf.
So I was talking to the cattle, talking to the main. Well, I was talking to Mark Winter about it.
Winter livestock guy.
Yeah. So he would be the son, one of the sons of Ray Winter. That was Ray Winter's. That was the old man.
He started it.
Yeah. Would be his 3rd son, I think. He's the one that kind of oversees, and then his brother Brian is the one that runs the sale barn in Dodge. But I guess Mark kind of he lives in Enid, but he just travels. He doesn't run any particular one sale barn. He's basically the CEO of Winter Livestock. But I was talking with him about what we were talking about the tonnage and the overall, how much it's down or up or whatever. And he said, yeah, it's really deceiving on what that is. He said, because there might be lower numbers, but there's more volume. There's there's more meat being produced, because he said if you just look at how many cattle are being slaughtered, and if they're 10 pounds heavier,
That's amounts.
it's massive amounts of.
So instead of killing them at 1,200, they're letting them get up to 1,600. It's
Well,
changing in the package a little bit, but yeah, that's what they have to do. They got to put more meat on a frame, more weight on a frame, because the volume isn't there. Absolutely.
So even though that the maybe the numbers are down a little bit, the production is not down.
No, and there's
According
plenty
to
of grain.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's absolutely what's going on. It's the only way we're keeping up with the supply.
So yeah, interesting stuff. I mean, them guys are. I don't know if they're the biggest sale barn in the United States, but they're definitely one of them. You
Well,
know,
there's a lot of cattle out there still, but it's there's still a huge demand to get the herds back up. I mean, we're going to make it. We're going to be all right, but at the end of the day, you got to put a lot more meat on a frame. That's just common sense approach. I mean, they're cowboys.
yeah, these guys are. Well,
Meat producers.
they got it figured. Well, yeah, because that one ranch, they have one ranch there at Calavesta. I mean, they'll run 10,000
Yeah,
just for summer grass.
that's a chunk.
And then they got a bunch of different feedlots,
And that's one outfit.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't know how big they actually are compared to other, but they're probably within the top 5, I would imagine. I mean, they're not Cargill and whatever that Brazilian outfit is that
Oh, yeah.
feeds all them cattle, but you know, kind of the mom and pops, you know, and sale barns too. I'm not talking about just sheer cattle feeders, but auction barns.
Yeah.
So
It's a
yeah,
good
it's
deal.
kind of cool to go hang out with them guys. And
Heck yeah. That'd have been fun.
was telling us like, shit, man, I've been doing business with Winter Livestock for 50 years.
Yeah, and there you go.
I mean, when we were little, we used to haul hay in there. You know, when they fed little bales, hell, I'd haul 4 semi-loads of hay in there a week. That wasn't our number one hay that would work to feed
Yeah,
the cattle
cow
in
hay.
the yard. Yeah,
You bet. Didn't have to be racehorse, eh?
made a. The old man always said, hell, we made more money when we were getting $80 a ton than we make now.
Because of the efficiency.
The input cost.
Inputs.
Yeah. So no, that was kind of cool. That's what I did Friday and Saturday. And of course we got our other projects we're doing. I've been driving the water hauler. And
Yeah. Fixing it.
yeah, I got it all fixed up, got it squared away. And that's a pretty remedial task.
Yeah.
Get a load of water, unload it. Load it, unload it.
Well, it sounds simple until something stupid happens.
Well, depends on where your pay grade is.
Well, there you go. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yeah, we were loading in Pueblo. I had to go downtown Pueblo by the Justice Center to load. So that was always fun. Go through all them stoplights loaded. Hold 5,300 gallon.
5,300. That's a pretty good chunk.
Yeah.
That's a
But
nice
now I'm
chunk.
loading outside of Florence up on the hill out of the main, out of the fire hydrant main.
That gets her done, huh?
It's pretty good. It'll load like 3 minutes faster. But you know, I don't have to go downtown Pueblo.
Oh, that's, yeah, monumental.
So we just have a meter they gave us, and then just have to have a piece of fire hose. So I got my meter and everything strapped on and to the trailer, and then I just have a piece of hose on and roll to the hydrant.
Goes right through the meter and away you go.
Yeah. So that's one of the projects I've been into, not to mention all the other stuff, but that's.
Rightio. Plenty busy around here.
Tell you what, man,
It's Dragon Ass Ranch where I'm at.
I'm wanting to hit the bed.
Yeah, I still got to go home and milk the cow. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. So what are we talking about a little bit this evening about what's going on in the big
Well, I didn't
big
have
scheme of things?
I didn't have a chance to do stuff as I've just been so busy trying to do what I've been doing, but I know that or so I hear, that Trump got the deal done with the EU on the tariffs. I don't know about the percentages, but I know that they say it's probably one of the biggest deals that they've ever been made.
Yeah.
Trillions of dollars of
Leveling the playing field.
and
Making the market a little bit.
well, yeah. I mean, like we talked about before, why do we have to pay tariffs but they don't? We got the biggest market. We have. It might take a little while to get, to for the tide to even out, but we're in the driver's seat because we got all the money. We have the market.
And that's been the point. I remember Ross Perot talking about we were going to get in this global market and all this NAFTA stuff, and he said you can't do that. It's gonna destroy our country. But that's the road we've been taken down to destroy the country. That was absolutely, let's sell it out. It's great, big, strong, and it needs to come down. Let's sell it out. Let's put them in bondage. Let's make it tougher and harder. That's why a lot of companies left the United States. So now that we got a president that actually loves the country and loves the people, we're getting healthy, in my opinion. I think
it's
the actions.
It's helping.
Yeah, it's definitely number one thing it does is installs hope and it renews people's spirit and the strong leadership in our country.
Now, if we didn't have to worry about all these stupid bastards fighting each other, we'd really be in good shape.
Well, and I think we just kind of ignore them to a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't
wish-
think the old Trumpster's jumping on too much of that. He's all about the money. He's in it's his duty to not waste our money, and he treats it that way. I think. You know what I mean? And I think everybody around him is figuring that out. Is we need to use our money and strengthen America and make America strong again, because we've been under siege for the last 20 years. And we didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. Just asinine, ignorant. But there's other people selling us down the road. All day long, selling us down the road. Otherwise, somebody else would have done this. If they really had our goodwill forefront and doing their fiduciary responsibility, that's what would have been taking place. But I think it was just, they could work some deals and get some backdoor money. I mean, they go in worth 50,000 and 4 years later they're 10, 20, 30 million dollars. I mean, you ain't got to be a real Einstein to figure out how that happened.
Came from somewhere.
Well, yeah, and the only thing they've got is their vote to leverage, or their scheme, or to cabal up with some other people with some dark agenda and start executing it. And that's what's been happening. We've just been sold out. That deep state is real.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, the whole eugenics.
Oh, yeah,
I
no.
mean, it's
The whole
all-
big picture.
Yeah, it's real.
It's all real. And I mean, it's hard to swallow thinking people could be that sinister. But at the end of the day, we've got our hands full. And
When we do, and it's just like we were talking last week, they really honestly, deep down in their heart, feel that they're better than we are. And that's part of the whole thing, man. I mean, I deserve to live and you deserve to die. That whole thought process, that's pretty brazen.
it is. And especially when they're using our tax money to form a weapon against us.
Yeah.
My thing is that we don't need it to profit. That weapon and how they weaponized all this is being dismantled. I'm hoping that we've got enough horsepower and enough integrity and enough universal grace to really reestablish the integrity that we need in the government.
I sure hope so.
I do too. I mean, Mikey just had a little grandson, huh?
Yep.
Mike Bourne, the IT guy here. He's pretty busy too. But everybody's doing good, so that's a plus.
Yep. They got home today, and
But those are the youngins we got to be thinking about. You know what I mean? We have a responsibility to them. And if we neglect that, boy, that's pretty selfish. So it's time to not be selfish, but to throw in and try to help.
what? Yep, the guy has to do something. I mean, he can't just sit here on his hands and fret.
Boy, it's kind of a hard thing to swallow. I mean, I try to do a few things here and there, but summertime busy. I got to put bread on the table, and I got to get ready for winter. And it's hard to keep up with all the politicking around here, because I think they're always planning on this and planning on that. Now that the money's run out too, things are tightening up, and
Especially when they have extra time to do it, right? We're over here having to.
well, they're trying to figure out how to stay in power, how to get reelected. Who do they have to schmooze?
I think Ann's getting that done.
Oh no, there's a group of them out there, inside and outside the county building. I mean, there's definitely a group of people that dang sure want to maintain whatever they got going on. And it'd be nice if other people would kind of get involved, just kind of listen, go to the meetings, ask them some questions. It's your duty. It's actually your duty. You need to do that, and it's my duty too. So, but it'd be nice if we had a little bigger. And the only way we're going to get around this thing is to look at quality people for quality leadership to make a quality county, and not wake up with high taxes and a bunch of perverted stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean that's always the $1 million question: is who.
Yeah, and there you go. We almost got to start planning on getting somebody in there that's actually going to uphold the Constitution, the oath, and be transparent with the people of the county. That's what we're lacking.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they look like they are, but at the end of the day, there's some scheming going on. So.
Well, yeah, because we all know it. I mean, at the end of the day, they ain't even transparent with themselves, let alone us.
Yeah, I mean, the Justice Center is only one issue. It's only one issue. If we started talking about the accounting and the finance department.
Yeah, we'll have to circle back around on that here, but.
Yeah, but anyways, at the end of the day, I think the feds are getting all that stuff straightened out on the federal level, I'm hoping.
Let's talk about what's the news. I haven't had, I just have been really too busy to, when I work down towards Pueblo, that burns 2 hours of my day, right, that I use for other stuff that I just got to drive. So that.
Oh, I know it.
Hell, man, that burns out 10, 15 hours a week.
Oh, yeah.
Going down there doing what? But it's got to do what it's got to do. Right?
Oh, yeah. No. It's harvest season, man. It's time to be making some money and getting ahead. So, but yeah, I think talking about what's going on in the Trump, when they were attacking Trump with Russiagate when Obama was in there, that Tulsi Gabbard went back in and looked at the files. She said, well, let me do a little investigation here. So the paperwork that she disclosed or found out, she published all that on X. All that's out there now. So, and I didn't look at it, but from what I'm hearing, it's really points. All the fingers are pointing at Obama. Pretty much orchestrated that whole thing.
One of the questions, of course, we talked about it before, but I wonder is if there is enough evidence to get past the presidential immunity.
So listen to some of the people that were commenting on it. Treason, there is nobody's immune from that. Zero, never, ever will be. It's high treason too. When you're dismantling the democracy, it's a republic, but the democratic process that we use to elect people, and you warfare the government in order to stifle the people's voice, in order to fatten your own hand, buddy boy, and you do it with such boldness. They knew things was going to go south. That's why they could not let Trump get in there.
Right.
It was all hands on deck. They even called it a backup plan. If this happens, well, we're going to have to do this to him. And then it just continued. While he was in there, was such a media warfare. The media was part of the deep state. And all of this is it's coming out and it's pretty clear on just how sinister that group of people really are. Who sold us out the last? Well, I mean, Bushes were good at selling us out too. So it's not just a Democrat. There's a whole legion of
Well,
deep state.
it's basically everybody that's been in there since.
Well, I think Reagan tried to shake it off a little bit. I think he stepped up and tried to. And there again, he was warned against this thing. And most of us can't fathom how sinister these people are. I mean, if they're really, I mean, even not in the political realm, but if they're out there darkening the skies, and then they're putting chemicals out there. I mean, if this all
They're doing all that.
that's what I'm saying. How? I mean, somewhere humanity's got to rise up and say enough. You know what I mean? Enough's enough, and that should be first and foremost. If they can catch them people, I mean, red-handed. I mean, you got to have evidence. You got to have a court case to keep everything civil, and not throw the baby out with the bathwater. But at the end of the day, man, it's a sinister time we live in. Very devilish. And I don't know how you combat it. I mean, you try to do whatever you can, but pray and hope that the people that are in power that can do something about it actually exercise some power and authority over whoever's doing it. I mean, if it's Bill Gates, they need to pull his ass up short. You know, and then pleading the fifth. Okay, if you plead the fifth to me, that's just telling me you're hiding. That means you can't tell the truth. You can't explain to us what really is taking place. But anyways, at the end of the day, it's just our local politics, our school, you know, things like that. That's to me is where, you know, at least you can influence that.
Well, yeah, at least, it all has to happen. So, I mean, nothing happens all at once, right? It always takes baby steps.
Oh my Lord, it takes
a lot of steps.
We got here in it's a lot of erosion, but it was a lot of the seeds that they planted in the school systems all the way from kindergarten all the way through the colleges. All of that has to be combated now.
Yeah.
How do you de-weed that? How do you get all them weeds out? How do you get uprightness and transparency and integrity? How do you get that reinstalled? So that's the trick. So I want to see it this election cycle here. I want to see people come out. I want to have the debates that we didn't have last year, Miss Annie Oakley. And no more this, what was it, the Westcliff Institute. That somebody just pulled that little thing right out and said, "Oh, we're the Westcliff Institute." Really? Boy, that's fancy. And then they get them up there and nobody can ask them a question.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not a republic. We're hiring them folks to represent us, and we couldn't ask them any questions. Thank God, Lena Rigo, you stood up, brother. That was pretty awesome. You stood up and said, what's going on here? And you called them out. There again, we're not going to allow that to happen again. That's not going to get done again. That's not happening. No mas. So that's one of the things, and we need to be proactive in that.
Well, and you know, I mean, one of the biggest things that needs to happen here is we need to find somebody in District 3. I think that's it. Aren't you District 3? Or am I
Is that Canada?
Or is that District 1? I forget which district.
I can't keep up with it either, Stephen.
The South District, Canada's district, need to find somebody worth their weight that can kind of run in that district. And I mean, we've been throwing names around for a while, and I don't know anybody.
It's the last thing on my list, but if I had to, I would do it. But we need to have somebody that's got some good lateral movement, that understands ethics, understands how the government's supposed to work. Go in with a Republican frame of mind, though. Not this, Polis isn't, we can't get our money from Mr. Polis, so we're going to have to act like this. No, you let him keep his money. We'll do without. It's principle before profit. And I think there's people out there, it's just they're so distraught about, the whole Republican gang.
Most people are,
They had enough of that.
yeah, the people that are qualified are doing it for themselves. So, yeah, everybody needs to brainstorm on that. And, I mean, that's Bill's seat is the next one coming up in 26.
Yeah, and that's right around the corner.
It is. I mean, I can't believe summer's almost already burned out.
I'm telling you, it's fast. Real fast. Yeah, smoking fast.
I mean, we still got all of August, but boy, it's June and July sure whipped by.
Woo, that was fast. No doubt about it. But yeah, I think the federal, I think the new administration and a group of people that are there, it may not look like it's hitting on all 8 cylinders, and it may not be. But I think those folks have got a pretty good grasp on what's taking place. And to me, if you're going to kill a snake, you don't start at the tail. You start and cut its head off. Cut the head off.
Oh, if it has to do with me and snakes, I'm just gonna
Shotgun
I'm gonna chop that son of a gun
in
into
little bitty pieces.
so it don't matter where you start.
Yeah.
Speed chopper.
Yeah. So anyway, to me, I like the Tulsi Gabbard approach, and she is a military person.
That's one of the things that I do like. I like her above Pam Bondi because she is a military person.
She's not contaminated with previous politicking
Yeah,
through Florida, and then serving a few other kind
Pfizer.
of Pfizer and kind of being a special interest person.
Yeah,
It's
she's
a little contaminated to me.
pretty much contaminated.
Yeah. So there again, I don't know exactly, why she's there, but she is. Who was there was somebody else that was going to be in that position. Gates. Yeah, it was Gates. And I think he's from Florida as well, but there was some sexual scandal and some other crap that went on, and they pretty much no. So anyway, she was runner up and got it. Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, I always kind of liked him. Of course, I don't know, I don't want to know what went on behind closed doors.
No, I don't. It doesn't. Things of that nature. I mean, if you're doing your job and getting things done, don't get me wrong. We do want good, strong, moral conduct. There's no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, I think it's all holding together. I think they're running into some things that they may not have ever even imagined that people would do. And that's what was happening up here. The people that I was with and we were looking at the county, they couldn't see what I was talking about because their eyes were so clean. They couldn't imagine somebody could be that sinister. They're like, Jimmy, wait a minute, no. It's like, okay, that's fine. But you're looking at it, I don't know, from through different glasses. You know what I mean? Just because people are that and they expect other people to be that way. But when these people, when you see it and it's right in your face, you, like you say, you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me.
Yeah, man.
So at the end of the day, a lot of folks have turned the corner. Yep, there it is. Yep, you're right. I said, yeah, I know, but I mean, what's that mean? That don't get you anywhere. You can jump up and down. All I'm saying is be proactive in the elections. And
Yeah, we really need to get on the heels of this Justice Center deal again and try to expose what they're doing with that. I mean, it hadn't really excuse me, hasn't really went down in my mind the way that it could have or should have, in my opinion. I mean, the fact that they're still trying to do it is just beyond me.
well, and here's another thing too. Somebody was mentioning it to me, and I don't have the real particulars on it, except the prisoners that are found guilty of whatever felony that needs to go to prison, to a state prison, The state saying, no, we're not taking them. You take care of them, county. Like we're going to have a prison. You know, like a state capacity prison. So that's part of what's going on here. It's a thicker stage that's set, and we don't get it. We're not getting it because we don't know that they're plotting some, whatever it is. And it's not to be paranoid or suspicious. It's just, well, that seems a little peculiar. Now, why is that now? Because we didn't get all of these little upgrades throughout, you know, the state of Colorado and the little red counties. Nobody upgraded their jails because nobody had the money. And the people said no. And now the state's mad going, oh, you're going to have to do something. Did they know all that stuff before? Was there a plot already plotting?
Well, and part of that is the working group of people that are making these rules and laws. That's the whole thing. I mean, I know safety is one thing, but what'd they do back in the old days?
Well, the little old jail over right there. They didn't have a 24-round clock, nurses. There's a little bitty old hole in the wall jail over there. I fixed that thing up. Let's go, boys. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like we're
all
talking
of
about,
this accommodation for lawbreakers and accommodating them, you're not putting any kind of consequences to keep them from
doing it
wrong. Yeah. They get 3 hots and a cot and a nurse. I mean, it's asinine.
Yeah, some of them get education, the whole 9
Education?
yards.
Oh, Lord. I mean, here again, I can see rehabilitation, okay, to a point. But there has to be consequences. I mean, they're cutting people's hands off in other countries. Boom, thief. Oh, you're not a Muslim? Oh, hang on. Be still now. There goes your head. And we're sitting over here catering to these people.
Well, we went through this quite a few times. I mean, that's the state of the union in today's world. It's trying to be politically correct. You can't hurt somebody's feelings.
Well, the gloves are off in my book for me, and that ship sailed, so it's time to get a little bit more stern and a little bit more pressing and ask the questions to the people that are making these decisions.
Results is what we need. And, Katie, when Katie was on, she made a real good point about that. We're over here, we're trying to make all this sense. These lobby groups but the legislators are so distorted.
Yes. Well, they're sold out.
And sold out, and then, in my opinion, a lot of them don't even know they're sold out, right?
Oh, there you go.
They're just this.
That's how in the dark they are.
Yeah, they feel about how just they are and how important they are, and
well, whoever got them there, however they got there, they're serving them, that person or that group of people.
At the end of the day, it wasn't that long ago where what you always say about carrying your own water, if you couldn't pull your own weight, then you didn't survive very long on this planet.
Absolutely.
And that has damn sure changed. Now, you got welfare and you got all these programs, low assistance, low income, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. If you can't take care of yourself, then that's your own fault.
There again, there's consequences. And that's an incentive. See, that's an incentive. If I don't get up and take care of me, I'm going to suffer. But now it's like, well, I guess I won't have to suffer. This ain't so bad. Somebody's giving me a handout.
No, I mean, you look at some of the more moderate or progressive people out there, they think the whole universal basic income's fantastic. Like, really, I get to play video games all day, and you're going to give me money to do it?
I mean, it's just disgusting. But here again, they can't see the forest for the trees.
Well, yeah, and they don't know no different. They don't know what real freedom is.
They don't. They have no idea. That's how demented. That's what I'm saying. Years of this propaganda has been fed to them.
I had to laugh today. Of course, my sister's been up here, and so my daughter stopped by, and she was talking about my youngest grandson. He's 18 months old. He can already get on the chair and get up and get to the knives, the butcher block of knives at 18 months old. I'm like, perfect. I mean, and that's what you need to do, right? I mean, you ain't going to tell him, no, don't do it. It's like, explain to him that these are sharp, and if you get your finger on it, it's going to hurt.
You're going to have a whoopsie daisy.
Try to get all that.
That
part.
stove is hot. Don't touch it.
Once you figure it out, been working working alongside a guy down here. He's got a younger family, and I think his little son is about 2 or 3 years old. It was really amazing to watch how they interact with him. You know, they got a little farm and
Absolutely.
all that stuff. And I mean, this young kid, he's intelligent already for what he is, right? Because that's what they, you know, it's 2 years old, 2 to 3 years old, and he's already got manners. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Won't let him pick the, you know, if you're going to eat, you eat with the fork. You ain't picking your food up off your plate.
So when discipline and instruction begins at a young age, it's just like keeping a tree trimmed to keep it balanced and keep it growing right. But man, if that thing gets a little lopsided, she gets a little tilted.
Hard to pull it back.
Hard to get her back. Hard to get her back. So yeah, and some people understand that. You got to do that. It's a daily thing. The discipline
daily.
is a daily thing. It's a minute by minute, it's thought by thought.
It literally is.
The more you grow and discover all the truth and good stuff around you, it is astounding. And then the liberty that it gives is even more liberating. The more you learn, the more you grow, the more you get to see how the strength is truth in it. And it just keeps strengthening itself. So it encourages you. It's a double positive as opposed to a double negative, is what I'm going to say. So you're getting good results instead of bad results. You're giving, you're contributing, you feel good about yourself, as opposed to, oh, I'm getting something. Most people I know, they don't want to get something. They don't want to get something for free. They want to earn it. They want to carry their own water. It's almost an insult to give them something. And some people are built that way, and some people were taught that way, and other people were like, no, give me. Mine.
Spoiled.
Yeah.
And then throw a temper tantrum when they can't get it.
And I think the politicians, if they treated the money like if it was their own, and I think Trumpy does that. Trumpy understands money. Money's just a tool.
No, he understands it, that's for sure.
So he gets it. He's at a whole nother realm.
That's why they call it the art of the deal.
Art of the deal. Absolutely. Anyways, the things that, they said were going to really be a collapser. The tariffs and the tax, cutting the taxes and stuff like that. They don't understand it. They don't get it.
No,
now what you're doing is you're encouraging people to engage and not be oppressed. When you go out and you earn some money, you get to keep most of it. You don't have to just give it all away. And that's a tough deal because you can only... And that's what the government's doing. It's taking from the strong, the creators, the people that make wealth and profit, and they're playing God. Here, poor guy, I'm going to get your vote. And that is not how this country was set up. A republic won't last very long underneath that kind of deal. So
no, nothing can.
No, you're right. It's a cancer. It's absolute cancer, and it will eat everything alive. So hopefully we'll get her back on track. We've gone far, and we've touched the oven. The oven is hot. Woohoo! Okay, it's hot. Hopefully we've learned. Every generation goes through some kind of big upheaval, and then the dust has to settle, and You just see what comes out of it. So, lot of private schools, a lot of in-home schooling, a lot of private schools, no mo. So people have recognized, you know.
I have mixed feelings about all that. I mean, I know that private homeschooling is a good thing, but I also feel that there's a lot of missed opportunity there.
You know, you're exactly right.
It's back to you're only getting what is as much as the teacher has, and so you're basically, there's really no way.
You're not getting outside exposure, is
right?
What you're
there's
saying.
a possibility that you're only ever going to be as smart as what your parents showed you.
Absolutely. And here, the cool thing about that is there's so much learning out there on the computer. So if a child is lending itself, his aptitude is toward math, he needs to be able to excel in that. Don't hinder that. You know, if spelling or history or cooking or shop or whatever, if that's not attractive to them, or they don't have that desire or the aptitude to latch onto that, whatever their aptitude is needs to be encouraged to bring out their potential as an individual. And that, I believe, is what's being taught now. Is we're looking at the individual child. It's not just one great big classroom. Get to look at the individual child and look at them personally and go, okay, so on this test you did like this, and we see you're kind of leaning this way. This is kind of how we're going to go with you.
I mean, it's kind of a stereotypical thing, but I think that a lot of people that traditionally would be poised with homeschooling would not be someone that you would be considered an academic, right? Someone that's super high, somebody that's got a PhD more than likely is not homeschooling their kids.
Probably going to a private school, a real high,
so that's the thing.
High dollar private school.
That's what I worry about, or that thought crosses my mind. And I mean, I don't know because I'm not involved personally, but I would imagine that there's probably a lot of homeschooling going on out there that's maybe subpar, I'm going to call it.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's going to be. I think people are going to be teaching their children and taking the contamination came through that Common Core, and people are like, new.
The bad part is if the parents already have that, and now they think they're going to homeschool, so they're already part of that. And don't get me wrong, I know that it's an individual basis, and there's going to be every gamut of the spectrum. I mean, you're going to have.
Oh yeah, there's going to be degrees of all of it.
Yeah,
yeah. So it's not one size fits all.
From one way, from the tank's empty to the tank's full.
Yeah.
But I just there's something to be said too about the pecking order that happens at school, right? I mean, it really is the fittest of the fittest, right? So the smartest, the best looking, the most popular. That all plays a role in life, and it does. You can say, well, that's not fair, but it is what it is, right?
Oh, in the society that's created right now,
the best-looking chick always has the easiest way to go. It's just the way it is. She can do whatever she wants to do because she has that gift from up above. And she'll have an easier way making friends with the boys, making friends with the other girls than a gal that's not as pretty, maybe a little overweight, maybe don't have as much money. And I mean, don't get me wrong, but yet it builds discipline and character, right? I mean,
absolutely.
I got picked on a lot, and I really didn't care. Like, you think you're going to hurt me by telling me all this other stuff? They always used to tease me because I had one eyebrow. And it's like, that's fine with me. I'm happy to have one eyebrow. I wouldn't have two. I'm not going to do anything about it. It's the way it came out. It's the way it is.
Yeah. Be odd.
And got teased left and right. I mean, I got teased a bunch over that. And like I said, I can care less.
And that's the key. You got to be able to not react Don't have somebody else make you react.
But the thing is that you don't, if you're not exposed to that, it's almost like toughening your hide.
Absolutely.
And that's where I think that part of the homeschooling thing misses out on that, because you're not exposed to someone making fun of you.
Right, and then a lot of the homeschooling are very aware of that, the social continuity that has to be established, and that pecking order you're talking about. So that's always being addressed now, is to make sure that they're not secluded from the real world, or how things, to interact healthily,
And that's the thing too. I mean, that's a real good point there. It's like where you want them to be exposed, but yet you don't want them to be exposed to the wrong stuff. So ultimately, at the end of the day, man, people have to be responsible for themselves.
Absolutely. Instruction is your life. Instruction is your life. The more you can take instruction and discipline and understand how to be, solves 99% of every problem you'll ever have. So that instruction, and I think a lot of it comes from the Bible, but it also comes just from grandpa and grandma and aunt and cousin and friends. A lot of it just comes from just basic everyday living. If they see you screwing up, they go, hey, they'll pull you back in. Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on there? They're again being instructed and corrected.
And have incredible, trustworthy, credible people. I mean, that's,
Loving people. People that actually love you, that have your best interest at heart.
yeah,
That's the key. And
that's the key.
yeah. And that's the very core, is to destroy the family. That's the big deal.
Now it's a big world out there.
But we live in an upheaval of society right now, and we're going to have to deal with it. We have to deal with it as mature men and leaders of the community.
You're gonna have to deal with it. This whole ostrich putting your head in the sand, it ain't gonna fix nothing.
No, because the big old lion comes by and eats your ass, and then you're done. So I need to stand and fight and face it and say, hey, what can we do and what do we need to do? But I think we need to be looking at making sure there's strong debates. Let's get the county back on track. This little group of people that run the show up here, that toilet needs to get flushed. Them people need to be gone. Anybody that says, oh, we're not going to have a debate, whose idea was that?
Lisa.
That's what I'm saying. There's just a small group of people that are going to dictate how we run our republic. Not anymore. The jig's up. See, we know, just like they know what Obama did. We know what these people have done. We watched it. We don't need it to be repeated. That's why the consequences of how sinister that whole group of people that plotted against Trump, they severely need some consequences.
They do.
I mean, every last one of them, right down to, if you've got evidence that they colluded with somebody in that plan, they need to be brought to justice, and justice has got to be carried out, and it needs to be swift. And it's high treason. When you have somebody at highest position, or the highest office in the country, my goodness. I mean, this needs to be ironed out, and we need to get on with it.
I mean, that's why I voiced my opinion last week. I don't think that we're getting much results. I mean, I hope
We may not be.
Hopefully we do.
That's what I'm saying. Let's act local.
We're at the point where, I mean, all the guy can do is do what he can, and
Absolutely.
that's the most important part to remember, is do what you can when you can. That's just it's moment by moment by moment.
Moment by moment. But it's also thinking ahead and planning, anticipating this next election. Who do we need? What do we need? Why do we need? You know what I'm saying?
So back talking about that, so I was talking with Craig Beltry last week, and he was talking about, how we need to begin to start loading these caucuses. That's the easiest way to get them all out of there. But it's going to take some organization.
Wise planning, common sense, keeping abreast of the facts, and hard work. But you have a task in front of you. You have a vision. You have a battle. How do you execute that? How do you orchestrate all
the
that?
kill shot. That's the whole thing about being a good sniper. You got to get the target lined up and get the clean shot.
Absolutely. You got to know where they're watering, where they're bedding down, where's their feet, where's a good feed at. You got to know all that. And that just doesn't come lightly. And a lot of people, and I know it, most people don't have thinking ability. They do, but they don't use it much. They just don't use it. It's the hardest thing for people to do, and it's the last thing they do.
Well, and when it go back to the homeschooling, that might be a good advantage too for some homeschooling of if you're forcing them to think on their own instead of following the leader.
You teach them how to think, not what to think. And teaching somebody how to think, I never thought about that. I thought, man, that's just a given. But being raised on the farm and being around mechanics and construction.
That's what I'm saying about the grandson that's 18 months old grabbing the butcher block and knives. Fool around and cut yourself once, that'll sharpen your skill set, pal.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't cut it to the bone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's going to happen at some point.
A little bit of stuff needs to happen, but at the end of the day, you got to let them kind of mature and get to the point where when you do let them out, you raised them well enough to when they get out, you know what I mean? They're a healthy, sound individual.
For me, man, it was the same ever since. I mean, it's never changed. I'm still just like a little kid because I've been doing the grown-up stuff since I was 5 years old.
Yeah, there you go.
Literally.
Same here.
I mean, I grew up driving. Well, my mom had just told me I'd only be 2 or 3 years old. But, man, I've been driving a long time. And not the small stuff either.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was like backing up a trailer. I watched some people try to back up a trailer. I'm going, man, I don't think I was more than 10 years old. You back the trailer up. Get in there and back that trailer up. Get in there. Let's go. That's what you did. And now you know how to do it.
I'm in that club where I backed up more than most people went forward.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's a simple contrast of right and wrong and good and evil. And we're seeing, I believe, and I'm hoping, I guess, more than anything, that the standard of integrity and bringing godliness and stuff back to the government hopefully is gonna be.
That's what repent. Right? Maybe.
Well, government was created to keep evil under, not to suppress good men. And when the government is despitefully being used against the taxpayer with this deep state of they're using our money to destroy us. I mean, that's about as asinine as you're ever going to get right there. If that can't piss you off and make you do something, there's not much left in you. You just ain't got much. You just lay down and go ahead and take it. But that's the way most people are. They don't know where to start, don't know where to begin, don't know even how to, don't care to. If I can just get through this day, I'm going to be okay. Well, that's fine and dandy, but that's not how it works. We'll see. Hopefully the crypto thing does okay. Hopefully we'll get out of the $200 trillion in debt that we're in. What is it, $1 trillion every 100 days?
Well, I don't think it's that much now, but I guess I don't know. It's what it was,
I don't know. It slowed down too much, but they cut out a lot of stuff. I know the Democratic Party is pretty much folded. They run out of money. They were just smuggling so much money through the government, through all these non-governmental agencies, organizations, non-profits. NGOs.
No, I mean, all we can do is hope for the best and expect
So
the worst.
So what's taking place there is what needs to take place here. It's the same thing. Waste, fraud, and abuse. Where are we losing it? Is it a bad hire? It could be a bad hire. You have an incompetent bookkeeper that's costing us so much in the audit. When the audit comes, instead of $16,000, it's $130,000. And then we fail. and we still don't get a finance department person in there that can handle it.
Yeah,
That to me, here again, is waste.
that just lets you know how derelict people are.
And we let it happen. That's what's irritating about me. And the gloves are coming off. I was kind for a long time. I tried to get other people to see what I was seeing. Ain't happening. Sometimes you just got to go alone. Sometimes you just got to go alone to go, okay, win, lose, or draw, here we go.
A good sniper, he don't have a whole team, that's for sure.
There you have it. So anyways, there's been enough rope given to these folks up here and been enough time where things could have been corrected, but it's not going to happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
It's not going to happen unless we make it happen.
No results.
Yeah, so it's going to only be solved at the voting booth. But yeah, at the end of the day. Well, I don't know what time it's getting to be, but I know I got to go milk the cow.
Yeah, I'm got some stuff I need to attend to too. So, yep, folks, I mean, fight the good battle every second, every time, every moment, make the right choice, do the right thing.
Stand up when you feel like you need to stand up. When you're in a situation and you don't stand up and speak your piece. Let somebody know how you think and how you're viewing a situation. You're just cheating yourself.
One of the biggest things is we all make mistakes, but don't lie to yourself about it.
Just go on and get better.
That's a big thing.
Yep, just go on and get better. That's the main thing. Go on and get better.
So with all that being said, we wish you a good week, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, thanks, folks. Like and share if you would.